Right. Now then, we're living in a new age and a new century. 2017, at the moment, August 2017. When we take that into consideration, we should also take into consideration and note that the Bent Broadcasting Corporation is outdated. It is not for this day and age of mass media. The Bent Broadcasting Corporation should not be threatening, demanding and seeing people put into prison for not purchasing a TV license. Ultimately, it is blackmail. The blackmail of the BBC. It is not only not satisfied with buggering children and lording it over the general public, snotty-nosed, snooty-nosed, high, flying pieces of crap that it is, but that it will persecute persons and have them to be imprisoned. At whose cost? The taxpayer's cost, not at his cost. You don't go to a civil court under the BBC licence authority. Oh no, you go to a criminal court. And who pays for the criminal court? The taxpayer. The BBC knows nothing but how to persecute the general public. There is no right that the BBC has except out of a bent, child buggering, thieving, dirty pile of horse manure that is the British Parliament to exact monies from the general public for to run its station. No other broadcaster does so. No other broadcaster holds people to ransom. No other broadcaster threatens people with prison. No other broadcaster blackmails people. No other broadcaster says to people, you cannot have a TV in your premises unless you buy our licence. Why should the BBC be different? Why should this blatant pile of dog shite be any different from any other broadcaster? You tell me that. The government upholds the BBC licence fee because it gets money out of it on the side. Because all our monies, well, not my money, but the licence fees, fee payers' money goes first to government, and then the government gives it to the BBC, the Bent Broadcasting Corporation. Okay? And whilst it does this, it then holds the BBC to ransom. Pardon me. Political ransom, which is easy to do because the BBC goes hand in cap to the government and supports the government. So whatever the government says, the BBC will do. But then you see, pardon me, there will be those who say, oh well, the BBC speaks out of government. No. The times that the BBC will speak out against government are those allowed of government. Because the BBC must go by the defined rules laid down by government. So they can only say so much against government as a piece of theatre. It's like Watchdog, for instance. People say, oh, Watchdog, let's see who they're tackling this week. Okay, I don't know if Watchdog is still going, I don't have a TV. But that's pure theatre. If I was on a watchdog, you wouldn't get, say, a regulator from the water board. By that cringe, nobody would turn up. Because I would be addressing them strict, straight and pointed. And they would be so embarrassed that nobody, not even a politician, would dare to come on. You see, the BBC will only go so far. It's theatre. Oh yes, Watchdog is the champion of the people, is it, buggery? It's a piece of picking theatre. You'll find it begins with an issue, tackles the issue, ends the issue. So you've got a beginning, a middle and an end. Now, the end is never reached. Really. It's all political fudge at the end. Total political fudge. And of course you get Anne Robinson is put on it because she's the people's favourite. She's the people's champion. But she does bugger all. Only goes for the rhetoric. Sit down. I mean, if this thing's still going, sit down and you watch it. You watch it. How the regulators are not tackled. How the industry isn't tackled. Whom there is a complaint against by the consumers. They only appear to be tackled. I tell you what, as I say, give them to me, they wouldn't last 5 picking seconds. Not 5 seconds. I'd ask them a straight picking question and I'd sit there, not like Anne Robinson, and go round in just picking circles. I'd sit there and say, right, buddy boys, what about this? And as the opponent goes round in circles, I'd say, hang on a minute, buddy boy, you've gone round in circles, you've used rhetoric, answer the point. Stop being political, answer the point, or get out of this studio, now. And they'd be taking the mic off, slamming it down and picking off. And then I'd stand up and say, that's the buggers we have to deal with. These are the two-faced beggars, the hypocrites, the liars, the cheats, the arse fillers in chairs that we pay for through our taxes. Boy, I'd liven that pigging place up. Because you're supposed to speak the pigging truth. You're not supposed to do an Anne Robinson and go round the frigging rocks chasing the frigging rugged fox, rugged rascal. Because he gets nowhere in the end and she gets nowhere in the end. And none of these persons get anywhere in the end. Paxman's the same. They used to do. Let me say this. When it was the David Frost, the old days, you know, that was the week that was. Boy, they tackled them. Boy, they would tackle the MPs. Poor, the issues, they would slam them. Not now. Not now. Oh no. All is sanitised. And the BBC are willing to go along with it. And like every other publicly funded body, they will do so because they wish to lord it over others. I'll be back in 1 second.